saying Miracle, that's Big Chill, give you 0, no good. That's a board wipe, no refill. Yugi peoples, welcome to the commentary. All right, so after a week off of not uploading content, we are going to get back on it, and we actually going to add master duel content duels back up to the channel and get back on that, because I think like my favorite thing to do is commentary over duel. So we're going to try to get more and more of that content, whether it be IRL or master duel. So this is my recent tournament here. I'm going against Traptrix, and yeah, we're going to try to see if we can pull off a victory. My Stratos is going to get Ash right there, as you can see, which kind of sucks. But, in this build, I'm running, I want to say, no, this build is only running like 2 polymerization. So I opened up with one of them, and one of them was Denier. I want to say the other one is Increase, so we are able to continue our plays here. Thanks to Dangerous, we'll be able to throw away the mass change to get the Mally Boy into the grave. And we're going to go ahead and banish the Mally Boy to go ahead and special summon himself out from the deck. Then we'll be able to link off him and Darkwing Duck. Let's get Dangerous to go ahead and bring out our Cross Crusader, who will bring out the Denier we use with the polymerization, allowing us to put Mally back on top. Then we'll be able to tribute him to go ahead and add Plasma from deck to hand here. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and decide that if we can't do anything, we're gonna try to get Plasma out at all. And I just felt like that was like the best board I was going to be able to end on, because I just didn't have to quite have the resources in order to make DPE. Well, no, could I have made DPE? I feel like I probably could have made DPE, but I decided to go ahead and go with Plasma here just because he had that long-term effect. And actually, I don't think it would have mattered which one I had, because my boys got the kaiju. So yeah, we get Ash kaiju, and usually he plays Flunder, so that was the real reason why I went for the Plasma play. And it turns out not to be Flunder, it is actually Traptrix. And I drew a Hero Lives for turns, so I go to attack, I get Mirror Force. That's not the last time we'll be seeing Mirror Force either. So now that clears that board off, allows me to go a Hero Lives. I'm going to a Hero Lives into our boy Stratos, of course. I'm going to use Stratos' effect to go ahead and grab that Vion. But yeah, it just kind of sucks. Like that increase opening is like, oh, it's got me reevaluating my whole hero life. Like it happened like all last week. It happened like 3 times this tournament, and it's just getting ridiculous for me, y'all. So we'll summon Vion, use his effect to send Shadow Mist effect to add Liquid Soldier, and then we're going to use Vion's second effect to go ahead and add the Poly there. We're trying to see if we can get to like Ab-Zero with mass change here, so we can clear off all that back row. Or actually, even if we can't get that, we want to get that DPE out there so that we can pop that card that he went ahead and set back there, because Holotea like just causes too many issues with Traptrix. So we're going to Poly there. He's going to get Floodgated, but we're still going to get the effect. Chain links will be Liquid Soldier 1, Sunrise 2, so that we can add the Miracle Fusion before we draw R2, so that we don't draw the Miracle Fusion, because if we do it in the opposite order, it's guaranteed to happen. I guarantee it. So we're going to draw 2 and discard 1, and just trying to figure out how we can get there. I think we drew the Crossout, but it's a little bit too late for that now, because we already got Ash, and that Crossout was not there to help us. So trying to figure out what's the best route that won't use up, that will allow me to make my play without just throwing away my entire hand. So we're going to go ahead and decide that I am going to have to Miracle Fusion here, but I don't want to waste my Wake Up, and I don't want to waste my Ab-Zero. So we're going to go ahead and special summon out our elemental hero Escarado. And don't forget that even though a monster is face down, you can still fusion summon with it. You can't link or what's the other one, link or exceed summon with it, but you can still fusion summon with it. So we're going to use that Sunrise with the Miracle Fusion, and that's going to allow us to link off Escarado and Stratos into Wonder Driver, use Denier's effect to go ahead and get them back out onto the board, and we'll be able to make our DPE using those effects. Also with Wonder Driver out there on the board, so you know we supposed to be recycling some poly, recycling some Miracle Fusion. So we're gonna go ahead and activate DPE's effect. We're gonna pop the Holotea, pop the DPE, end our turn. In the standby phase, you'll go ahead and see DPE come back. We're gonna set that Miracle Fusion. Since we do have the Liquid Soldier engraved, we want to be able to special summon out Big Chill and get that draw 2 for the Liquid Soldier off in there. He goes to attack, but you know one thing, and I don't know if I'm wrong for doing this, but I don't, you know, I just assume that everybody knows what DPE does, and he goes to attack into my Wonder Driver. So I'm going to look at my graveyard, and I think I had like 11 heroes off inside of there or something like that. So yeah, he doesn't have enough attack. But, you know, I go ahead and let him take that move back, and we'll just use DPE's effect to pop the Lord of the Heavenly Sky Prison. And yeah, standby phase, we'll special summon DPE back out. We're going to decide between mass change and poly here. I really wanted to do the mass change so I can make sure that I really just that I would probably have a chance to finish him off. But yeah, it's quick play, so we wouldn't be able to activate it. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go with a poly there. We're gonna banish our Graceful Charity, aka Liquid Soldier, and banish the Stratos, and you know it's gonna be that boy Big Chill out to the board. And we're gonna get that draw 2, discard 1 there. And yeah, we got the driver. We're gonna go ahead and pitch that. And I do believe that without being able to activate the that trap card there, he won't be able to summon the Lord of the Heavenly Sky Prison. But I'm not sure what it is he has set down there, so I'm gonna set this other card so that I don't have to pop DPE or something else in order to be able to pop the Lord of the Heavenly Sky Prison. And we get Mirror Forced for the second time. Yeah, we just lost our whole board to Mirror Force there. Like, I would have been so much better if it had been torrential. Like, I wouldn't have felt as bad, but I feel really bad getting hit with Mirror Force right there. But fortunately, we'll be able to activate DPE's effect engrave, so that we're not just left like completely defenseless when it comes to our opponent's turn. It's actually not too bad because we have Imperm set in case he draws like any Traptrix monsters. We got Droll that's pointless against that. And yeah, I don't think he understood how DPE works, because in the draw phase he tries to flip up Gravedigger Trap Hole, in which it is just too late to be trying to Grave Trigger Trap Hole my DPE. And yeah, so it ended up being a mistake on what he set with the Lord of the Heavenly Sky Prison. In the end phase, we're going to go ahead and pop the Gravedigger Trap Hole. That way we can get our graveyard and hand effects, whatever we may need. And we're going to summon out the Vion right here. I think in this build, am I playing multiple? Yeah, I'm only playing like one Shadow Mist off in here. Like, I get tired of drawing that card too. Like, y'all don't know, like, I get super frustrated sometimes playing heroes, man. I feel like they should play a whole lot better than what they do, but it's just like you draw and brick just like so many times, and it hurts y'all. It feels real bad, man. Feels real bad, man. So we're going to go ahead and use the fairs. That way we won't be drawing those, and I can go ahead and continue my turn here. We actually got like both of our polys already, so there's no banish effect. And right here, I'm just trying to decide if I want to do more, because I want to say that I have another hero in hand, but I already made Dangerous also. So yeah, it's not going to do me much work. We're going to attack with DPE, attack with Vion, and yeah, this will pretty much be the end of his run here. We're going to pop the Floodgate Trap Hole with DPE's effect. We're going to summon off the Dark Angel. We're going to use Cross Crusader's effect, because I want to say he's at like 6,300 or something right here, or 53. I think he's at like 5,300 here. So on 4 summons, we decided we would be able to get to the Honest Neos that would allow us to finish him off. And yeah, make sure you count your summons, because Nib, you know, because of Kashtira, people are siding in nibs, and as you can see, he did have the nib there, but we went ahead and, you know, did it in 4 summons. We go ahead and make sure, count them all just to be sure that we not hoeing somebody. And yeah, 4 summons, go ahead and get that Honest Neos, finish my opponent off. That is the end of game 1 right here. And now going into game 2, yeah, it's going to be rough because, you know, playing against any trap deck, if you don't draw something specific to be able to deal with the traps, then you have to attempt to play through, you know, all like 3, 4, 5 of them, how many they have, what not. And yeah, it's kind of tough. Like, I would much rather go against Traptrix because the trap hole cards are not that effective, you know, against cards like DPE and, you know, Stratos and stuff like that. But Labyrinth with their Floodgates, like skill drain and there can only be one, and yeah, I got there can only be one this weekend and it was horrible. And yeah, like, I would much rather play against Traptrix than Labyrinth, but Labyrinth is on a big rise. It's been doing really, really good because though their cards are so regenerative, the monsters are big, and yeah, so see him gonna start off his turn here. Of course, he gets to the Sarah, the Marmello, and we've got some bottomless trap hole stuff going here. He's got the Rafflesia, and yeah, just like, you know, Traptrix board here, of course, one, and I think that card keeps them from being destroyed by card effect, but it doesn't really matter. We bricked pretty hard. We opened up with the increase again. As you can see, it's been my curse playing 1, and I was actually playing 45 cards this turn. And yeah, we try to go to battle phase, at least get over to Sarah, and he's going to flip up Wabaku, which is going to allow him to start doing things. And yeah, all my other cards were dead. I was just hoping to get over the Sarah and not have him start flipping and activating stuff because I have mass change. I had double mass change, double crossout. So yeah, we wasn't doing too much of anything with that hand. So we got to go ahead and go to game 3. All right. So now going into game 3 against a deck like Traptrix or any trap, you know, our goal is to maybe get out either our Graceful Charity with mass change, Stratos with mass change, and DPE to start popping back row. And yeah, we're going to try to go from there. We're going to start off with a Hero Lives, get ashed again. Where is that Crossout designator, all that call by? But you know, when you play 45 cards, you do greatly decrease your chances of drawing it. But at the same time, I really only wanted to run 1 increase, so I go ahead and, you know, play 45 cards to decrease the chances of that happening, but we draw it anyway. So yeah, it is what it is. So we're gonna go ahead and use Rhoda to add the Shadow Mist. With the Shadow Mist effect, we are going to go ahead and add our boy Graceful Charity so we can get our draw on. Ferris effect to go ahead and set the increase effect to go ahead and summon Vion. Of course, Vion effect to go ahead and send Mallyboy, and then we're going to banish to go ahead and add that to add that Poly, not the Mally. We're gonna add the Poly, y'all. Do not add Mally off of Vion's effect, please. We're gonna link those two together to make our Cross Crusader. Use the Cross Crusader's effect to bring out Mallyboy. And yeah, we're going to use that to go ahead and add Denier because we already have our boy Graceful Charity in hand. And yeah, I think like we're going to go ahead and banish the Mally because if I don't banish the Mally before I activate this polymerization and draw 2 cards, I guarantee you I will draw that other Mally and I'll be mad because that's the card I'm going to have to pitch. So we're going to go ahead and banish the Mally. Also, like, one thing I'm pretty careful of doing is like not summoning monsters under the Wonder Driver zone, because you like never know what like your opponent's gonna do. So until I actually have Wonder Driver out there, I don't want to have any hero monsters under the Wonder Driver zone. So we're gonna go ahead and activate Poly there using Denier and our Liquid Soldier to go ahead and draw 2, discard 1. Usually I'm like special summoning like most of my stuff in defense position, even like Sunrise and stuff, just in case I'm going to Dark Angel him. But yeah, since it's Traptrix, we are not worried about Dark Angel and our opponent unless we're like really concerned about getting hit with evenly matched. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead, add the Miracle Fusion, draw 2, discard 1. We drew into double Fusion Destiny, which y'all get to see like one card I decided to try out today after we link off the Sunrise and the Cross Crusader to go ahead and make this Wonder Driver. We're going to go ahead and activate Denier's effect engrave to special summon himself and put the other Mally on top while setting our polymerization. So yeah, we're going to flip up the poly now, and those will allow us to go ahead and make this dystopia. Now, the reason why I went ahead and used a poly to make the dystopia is because when you activate Fusion Destiny, you know, the monster that you summoned off of Fusion Destiny gets destroyed during the end phase. So we want to use the Fusion Destiny to actually summon DPE, because even if he gets destroyed during the end phase, he can come back while Dystopia cannot. So we use the poly to make the Dystopia. We're going to use Fusion Destiny, sending our Honest Neos because he's a level 6 or higher hero, and we're going to send the Dystopia, who should have been a level 6 hero, but he's actually only level 5. So we're going to use those in order to make our DPE. And at some point during our combo, you know, after this, my opponent's like, oh, I want to see what your end board is going to be. And I was like, oh, that means my definitely end board is about to be Nib token. So yeah, we get Nib there. Very unfortunate, because I thought this would have been like a cool board to end on. We're going to go ahead and chain DPE's effect there, pop himself, pop Wonder Driver, so that we can get maximum defense on this token. It's still only like 2,700, but you know, it is what it is. So we also still have the Mally engraved, so we'll be able to banish that to special summon out the Mally back, because we have the mass change set to the board. So we'll have DPE, Darklaw, big Nib token with not enough defense on the board. And, you know, during the draw phase, he's going to activate Call by the Grave and hit our DPE. So much for having DPE out there on the board. He actually called the judge, because once again, yeah, DPE's effect has already activated. And yeah, so it's kind of like the whole thing with the Gravekeeper trap hole thing, but you know, his effect is like a lingering effect now since it was activated during my turn, and we'll still get to be able to special summon another Destiny hero monster here. So I do believe we go ahead and special summon out. I was trying to see if I should special summon out Dystopia, but doesn't really, you know, matter whether we do it or not. So we're going to special summon out the Denier, use his effect to go ahead and put DPE back into the extra deck, since I actually do not run a second DPE this build. We were not respecting Kashtira at all. He's going to set the Holotea, use Sarah's effect to go ahead and special summon out a monster. And if it looks like he's playing kind of fast, he is here. I think we had like maybe like 7-8 minutes when he starts his turn. So yeah, he's going to use Marmelo's effect to target my mass change. We're going to go ahead and use mass change to special summon out Darklaw. And yeah, we did leave in Nib also, and at the same time we left Nib in because if we draw the Crossout, we want to be able to cross the Nib out. So I want to say I started off with 2 Nibs, and I actually did draw it in hand, so we're actually like pretty safe here. Like I said, it's like getting pretty close to time. We did get the 1100 burn damage with the we did go ahead and get the 1100 burn damage with the Dystopia there. And actually, now that I think about it, looking at it, yeah, we probably actually should have lost this game, because what did he ash? I'm gonna have to go back and look at this, but he brings out the perpendicular or whatever, and you know, I was letting him know that, you know, whatever material, whatever, when he detaches the material, is gonna get banished by Darklaw. And yeah, now he's trying to decide, and I'm trying to, yeah, it's gonna get banished. So he go ahead and decides on the Marmelo there so that he can save the Holotea, and then actually Darklaw's effect's gonna trigger, banishing the Dania. He is going to attempt to enter the battle phase, because he's trying to see if there's something he can link off to. And at the end of main, I am going to go ahead and nib him myself. And yeah, just go ahead and get rid of all that stuff. And I think that thing has like some kind of effect where it normally wouldn't be affected by earth monsters. I think if the Marmello had been on there and stuff, and yeah, he's gonna still be able to activate the Holotea right there, and that is going to allow him to summon out the Sarah. We are going to go ahead and proceed to the next phase. Go ahead and just attack over the Sarah with the nib token to get the extra damage in there. But you know, we still have like, you know, time left, so I'm gonna activate Miracle Fusion. I was trying to see if Wake Up Your Elemental Hero would get his effect if he bottomless trap holes it, because it banishes and destroys. So I was trying to see if Wake Up Your Elemental Hero needed to go to the graveyard, or yeah, if it needed to go to the graveyard. So yeah, we go ahead and allow him to banish the Ab-Zero, and with the Ab-Zero effect, you know, we destroy the nib token that was on the board, and he's going to draw Dionea for turn, in which I actually have like the Ghost Bell in my hand, but I was like thinking just letting them play and go on and stuff. But yeah, time ends up being called, and I want to say I need to go back and check to see if I activated the Hero Lives, because he was keeping life points, but you know, I don't know if he subtracted off my half for that. So going back, looking at the footage, he did forget to take the half off for Hero Lives, which would have kind of made my turn a little bit different. I would have had to have actually played my turn out correctly, but we would have had more than enough damage, you know, considering the damage already from Dystopia, and you know, the 3,000 from Nib and whatever monster we would have decided to bring out during that turn. So yeah, we still would have had it. Appreciate everybody for staying a while to listen, and I will catch y'all on the next video. Man, he come through, he level up, he go cool, he's shining out and popping to over 9K. That's a breakthrough. We on top now. Here's a look at our world.